Camus uses the analogy of Sisyphus. Camus uses Sisyphus as the absurdist hero, and even titles his essay on absurdism as the myth of Sisyphus. Now, Sisyphus was an ancient Greek mythological character. Without going into too much detail, the story goes that Sisyphus cheated death twice. When Sisyphus first died, he descended to the underworld, but managed to capture death itself and chain it up so no humans could die from here on. He then went back up to Earth. Eventually, death was set free. When Sisyphus died a second time, he went back to the underworld, but this time he met with Hades, the lord of the underworld. He managed to convince Hades to let him back up to Earth again because his wife had not performed the correct rituals and sacrifices for his death. Working on the promise that Sisyphus would correct this and come back down to Hades, he allowed Sisyphus to go back to Earth. Sisyphus, however, did not keep his promise and did not return to the underworld, but instead he lived a long life to an old age on Earth. When he eventually died again, Zeus now intervened, as he was angry that Sisyphus had escaped death twice. As punishment for his actions, Zeus condemned Sisyphus to an eternity of pushing a large rock up a hill. Sisyphus would push this very heavy rock all the way up the hill, and when it reached the top, the rock would just roll back down to the bottom of the hill. Sisyphus will run down, grab the rock and start all over again, this constant struggle over and over for eternity. Great story, but why does this make Sisyphus the absurdist hero? Firstly, Camus explains that Sisyphus has a hatred for death, a disdain for the gods, and a passion for life. He lives how he wants, he lives for the moment and does not think past it. This is how the absurdist man should live. Right. But more so, the struggle that Sisyphus goes through, the pushing of the rock up the hill, this represents the struggle of the human experience. Life is a constant struggle. We cannot avoid or deny it. We are all pushing the rock up the hill, even though it will roll back down. We will chase it and we will carry on. There's no reason, there's no meaning, there's nothing. Just the constant struggle. However, Camus imagines Sisyphus running down the hill for a brief moment, free from the labour. At this moment, Camus suggests that Sisyphus will become aware of the absurdity of his eternity, pushing a rock up a hill only for it to roll down again. No purpose, no reason, just meaningless repetition. If, like the absurd man, Sisyphus accepts his eternal struggle, acknowledges that this is how he will be spending his eternity, that there is no such thing as anything better or anything preferable, then he will come to see that he is no longer being punished. Sisyphus's eternity is only tragic if he believes that there is a better alternative. If Sisyphus hopes for something greater, hopes to be reprieved, then his eternal struggle is devastating. However, if Sisyphus does not expect anything more, then Camus claims one must imagine Sisyphus happy. If happiness is real, we must be able to find it in life, not in faith or outside our immediate experiences. If happiness is true, it must be found in the absurd. So, like Sisyphus, if we accept the absurd, accept our constant struggle and our constant conflict, we too will find happiness in the absurd. A truly fascinating look on life. I think everyone at some point goes through an absurdist line of thought. However, as a philosophy, I feel there are some fundamental problems. What's that? I understand the absurdist rejection of faith. Thank you for watching this clip from Philosophy Vibe. If you did enjoy, then please watch the full video linked below. Also, don't forget to like and share, and for more philosophical debates and discussions, please subscribe to the channel.